Hello Lovey Tribe, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a fun video. We are going to be doing a Pinterest recreate using all of Dollar Tree's products. I really think this is going to be a fun time, and now knowing what the wreath looks like, I really think it turned out not too shabby. So to start out this Pinterest recreate, we're going to need a bamboo wreath. You're going to need this specific kind of wreath because you need to be able to cut it. You're also going to need floral wire or wreath wire because you're going to need to tie your wire around the wreath, especially with these bamboo wreaths, because if you don't secure the wire around the wreath when you cut the middle portion out to make your moon shape, your sticks and all that stuff are just going to come right out of your wreath. So you want to tie off on each end, and then in between the two ends that you tied off with your wire, you're going to cut the middle portions out. And this was a job. It wasn't super tough. Some of it I used my scissors, and some of it I actually used the wire cutters, because I noticed that in these Dollar Tree bamboo wreaths, some sticks are thicker than others. The thinner sticks they cut really super easy with the scissors, and then the thicker ones I use the wire cutters, and that worked just as great. And once you get the bamboo wreath cut, you're just going to take your scissors and your wire cutters or whatever you may have just to kind of clean it up, because the edges will be really raw, and some of the sticks may be longer than the others, as you can see right there. And you kind of want your sticks in your bamboo wreath to kind of all be the same length so that you definitely get that shape of a moon. And then what you see me there doing with the hot glue is, as you can see, the bamboo wreath is made by Dollar Tree with jute twine. I'm just taking the jute twine that was cut and I'm rewrapping it behind the wire, and I'm gluing it to hold it in there for extra security so that my bamboo wreath won't come apart. But as you can see, I'm just taking those wire cutters and I'm just kind of cleaning up the bigger branches so that I get a nice clean look of like a moon shape. And you can take this back as far as you want. This particular wreath, I did a pretty closed, if you will, moon shape. There's only a couple inches missing in between. You're going to see in another wreath that I make at the end of this, I made a larger gap. So it just depends on which one you like. So I'm pleased to report that after you cut your gap to make your moon shape with your willow wreath, it does hold its form. I was a little nervous about that, I have to admit. I really thought after I cut the little portion out that the wreath would kind of just pop open and be straight, but it does keep its form. So the next step to this is we got to put the Dreamcatcher portion on this. Now you can admit this if you don't choose to do it, but I really do like that look, and it's just like a half of a Dreamcatcher on here. Now I do have to admit I don't have a wonderful way to explain how to do this, so if you really truly need a lot of help with this portion, I would go onto YouTube and just punch in how to make Dreamcatcher, because that's basically what I did. And really and truly, to make this portion, it's just really taking string. You can use string, jute twine like I'm using, or even fishing line. And it's like you take a string and you just build more twists and knots off of that one piece. And it makes like all the little crisscross marks in the middle, which looks like a mess as you're doing it, but in the end, it looks like a Dreamcatcher. That's really the only way I know how to explain this, because this was actually the very first time I ever did this. So as you can see, I get like a little frustrated with it, and then you'll see the part where I just okay, I gotta go watch a video. And that's what I recommend to do to you, because they explain it so much more eloquently than I would, because this was the very first time. I'm not fluent, if you will, in making Dreamcatchers, but I did make 2 of these wreaths, and I noticed by the second one I was much better at it, and it came to me much easier. So it's just kind of something you have to do and you understand it, but really and truly it's just bringing one piece of string to the next piece of string and tying it off, or if you don't tie it off, you loop it around and bring it diagonal to the other side so it makes like the crisscross marks in the middle. That's like the best way I know how to explain it. So once you figure out the Dreamcatcher portion. We're going to move on to making the woodland wreath. And for that, you're going to need some crystals or gems. This is the only thing that does not come from the Dollar Tree. At least I've never seen in the Crafter Square section these kind of gem or crystal looking things. I purchased mine from Michael's when they were on sale in multiple colors. So that's the only thing that didn't come from the Dollar Tree. So to get started on making the woodland portion of your Dreamcatcher Woodland Pinterest Recreate Wreath, that was a mouthful, you're going to need to lay down your moss. Now from the Dollar Tree, you can get your moss in this pretty bright green color, or they have a more like neutral color that kind of really looks like the willow wreath. It's like a brown color. So whatever one you choose, but I really liked the green moss because it just makes me feel more like it's a woodland kind of thing. So all I do for that is basically just put some hot glue down and stretch the moss over the wreath, and I go back over and like glue in certain spots, and then once the glue has like adhered, I just take my fingers and I kind of pull loose pieces off, and I just build from there until I feel like the wreath has a nice coverage of bright green moss. And I like the little pieces that kind of hang over, and you guys just play with this and do whatever you feel. I've also seen these wreaths on Pinterest where the moss is only in the middle section of the wreath or just down at the bottom portion of the wreath. You don't have to cover the whole wreath if you don't like to. I did on this one because I really, really liked this look. And again, it's just a labor of love. The moss gets everywhere. But it is a lot of fun and it is very easy. So I'm just going to continue to lay down my moss and get my wreath completely covered. These beautiful Dreamcatcher wreaths on Pinterest, I've noticed, are all made with dried flowers. Now, of course, you cannot buy dried flowers from the Dollar Tree, and I'm trying to keep this as Dollar Tree as I can. You can dry your own flowers, or you can purchase dried flowers from like Michael's or Hobby Lobby's. But sticking to Dollar Tree and keeping it very minimal and very cheap, I just am using Dollar Tree Floral. And what I did is I actually pulled the little yellow, I think these are daisies, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong, but little yellow daisies off the actual stems, and I'm gluing them directly right on to the moss. And then I took these ferns and I kept playing with them. I really wanted to add them, but I felt like they were just too large for the wreath. So what I ended up doing is I ended up clipping the tips off of the ferns and using them all in between. And then I also had some spider plants that I bought from the Dollar Tree, and I actually clipped some pieces off of them, and I filled them all in between the little yellow, I think they're daisies if I remember correctly. It's been a while, but we'll just say they're daisies for the sake of the video. I actually kind of glued all of that in the middle. So you just take your time and add as much or as little as you want. And if you go on my Pinterest, which I'm going to try to remember to link down below, I have many of these types of wreaths pinned in my front door glam. Oh my gosh, what's that called? In your like little section. And if you go in and look at them, they're made in all different ways where the flowers are just like they're clustered on one side. Some are just have them down at the bottom. Some have them just at the top. Some don't have flowers at all. Some use seashells. They're made in all different ways. So whatever really suits you. But for this particular woodland wreath, I did place the flowers the whole way around. I filled in gaps, like I said, with the fern tips and some of the spider plants. And I used even some of the sprigs that I pulled the yellow flowers off of. They had like a nice like woodsy looking like feel to them. I even glued some of those in the middle so that there was like pieces kind of sticking out of the wreath. And at the end of this, I think it really turned out beautiful. So it's all dependent on what you want to do, your colors, and what flowers and floral you want to use. But like, I just want to put that disclaimer, so to speak, out there, that it's not exact Pinterest recreate, because you cannot purchase dried flowers from the DT. Maybe we should all get together and petition them to put out some dried flowers. Drying flowers is very easy. It's just time consuming. It takes a long time for them to kind of dry out. But I feel like the floral from the Dollar Tree was just as beautiful. You guys let me know down in the comments what you think. So once you have your floral all finished and the way you like, the last step to make your beautiful Pinterest woodland recreate Dreamcatcher wreath is to add your crystals. So for this particular one, I'm using the jute string to carry on with the jute string Dreamcatcher portion. I just put a dab of hot glue, and then I'm going to secure the jute to that, and then wrap, put another little piece of like hot glue, wrap a little more, and then I'm going to decide which side of that crystal is the back, and then I will put another little dab of hot glue, and I'll pull the string up and hold it with my thumb until it's secure, so that my crystal won't hang like sideways, it'll hang straight. But you have to pull your jute twine or your fishing line up straight so that it'll hang perfectly aligned with the string. So you're just going to hold it there with your thumb until it's secure, and you'll be ready to move forward. Once you have that done to all your crystals, which I did 4, 3 at the bottom and 1 at the top, you're going to attach them. And how I attach them is I just took the other end of the jute twine and I kind of used my scissors there to like push it up in between the willow wreath. I use a little bit of hot glue to secure it, and then I just make like 3 or 4 knot ties so that it's like really secure, and I double secure even with hot glue. So you'll see, even once I go in to tie it, I'll put more hot glue down once I got it to the length that I want it after I make the knots, and kind of push it back down in there so that I know it's completely secure. And how I did this portion was I just kept holding the wreath, and that's why I don't show you making all 3 of them, because I have to keep picking the wreath up and it's out of frame, is I wanted my crystals to be all different lengths. So once I put the first one down, I made them all exactly the same way. I just kept picking up the wreath and made them like at all different levels, so that there was like, you know, a little bit of texture or a little bit of dimension to my wreath. I didn't make them all the same exact length. And that's like the other portion of the Dreamcatcher if you will, theme of this wreath, because Dreamcatchers usually always have something hanging off the bottom, but instead of ribbon, these particular Dreamcatcher wreaths kind of have crystals hanging off of them. And then I add another one the exact same way, but much shorter at the top of the wreath to hang down in the little section that's cut apart. And again, that's optional, but they are made that way on Pinterest, and I wanted to stick to that theme as much as I can. And these are really, really simple to do. And I'm going to show you another wreath that I made exactly the same way, but I just added a few extra things. So I'm not going to show you the whole wreath making portion of it, but I am going to show you how I did different sections of this particular wreath. But look how beautiful this looks on the door. My very first Dreamcatcher Woodland Pinterest Recreate wreath looks adorable in my opinion. Okay, Lovies, here is Pinterest wreath and my wreath side by side. Of course, we didn't use the same colors and such, but I think they look really beautiful. And this is the next Pinterest Recreate wreath that I wanted to try my hand out. So I didn't show you all the steps because it's just everything repeated. I just used different colored crystals, again, that I purchased from Michael's, and I added fairy supplies from the Dollar Tree. I got some mushrooms and that little sign that says Fairy Crossing. You can see the moss up there in the corner. And then instead of using jute twine to hang the crystals, I used these chains, which were just necklaces that I cut the necklace portions off and used as a chain. I ended up not using the succulents. I'm saving them actually for another project. But Lovies, let me tell you, this wreath is made exactly the same. You're going to tie your wreath off with the metal wire. You're going to cut it out. Now for this particular wreath, I'm getting ready to show you right now, I made the gap bigger so it looks more wider like a moon. And instead of putting my floral the whole way around the wreath, I kind of clustered it to one section and then just kind of let it cascade down there at the bottom where I put the fairy crossing and the little mushrooms. I loved this one. I love how this one turned out. And I used many different color gems instead of one particular style. And like I said, I used the chain. And then all I did was I cut the necklace portion off the chain and I used that floral wire and I just wrapped it around the gem, and then I wrapped it, you know, I just like twisted it into the loops on the chain. And then I attached the chain the same way I did with the jute twine. So there really is no difference except for that I had to use floral wire to attach it to the chain. It was really, really easy. I'm not sure which one I like better though. I don't know if I like the chain or the jute. The jute was a little bit more easier than the wire, but I like the wire look as well. And let me tell you, I love all the fairy garden things. So tell me which one is your favorite. I hope you guys enjoyed this. As always, take care of you, do what you love, stay crafty, and I will be talking to you in the next one. Bye, lovies.